like a minute. I gotta send a tweet. I gotta open up the stuff. So.
Force it, let's go.
Force change my title.
Force it, let's go. Force it.
It's not gonna be a very exciting news network. Just so you guys know.
Forcing is a god gamer, and he knows how to game. Everything looks easy with his amazing game, and with his 10K PC, he won't miss a frame. With his decoy strats, he's up there with the pros. Global elite seems like it's very close. And with his C9 jersey, he is ready for the major. With the best spots as a spectator.
Peppa, Peppa.
Drop AVP by decoy. Repeat. Drop AVP by decoy. Repeat. Drop AVP by decoy. Repeat.
Ah, my tummy hurts, dude.
Force it, let's go. Force it, let's go. Force it, let's go.
Oh, there's no clip count on this week either.
Force it, let's go. Fuck
Okay. Soy poisoning? Could be. Cool. Anyway, let's do it, chat. Let us do it. Wrong. I muted my mic and farted, and now my tummy feels a bit better. Smells like eggs. Well. Ooh, I'm gone. There I am. Welcome to yet another episode of NymN's News Network. In case you're new to the channel, maybe you came from one of the lovely hosts like Out3 or Lakari or 39DAF. If you're new here, this is a weekly show that I do where we look at a few of the things that happened in the past week. Things we... Oh, my cam's shaking a lot. I'm sorry, I'm allergic to shaky cams. When we look at some of the things that happened in the past week that we may or may not care about, for the most part, chat just spams Resident City as I show them trailers. But still, it's kind of cozy. So grab yourself a beverage, strap in and strap on, and enjoy tonight's NymN's News Network. This week, it was somewhat hard to come by interesting stuff because it's just been the Christmas and New Year's and other holidays, and so everything's kind of slowing down in the world for just a tiny bit. Some of my sources aren't reporting as much stuff. There's not as much stuff happening. Most companies aren't gonna like be releasing trailers on like New Year's Eve. So just so you guys know, but there's some stuff we can still take a look at. And there is some shit still going on for sure. For example, the Uncharted production is still moving along. If you don't know, yes, they are making a movie based off of Uncharted. So far, it's premiering, or it's planned to be premiering August. Oh, my cam froze again. What else is new? Okay. They are planning to be premiering August 21st, and Tom Holland is playing young Drake. That's the name of the guy in Uncharted, right? And so they tweeted a couple of pictures, actually kind of cool. They said a new year, a new adventure awaits. Hashtag Uncharted movie. Oh, by the way, King Terry Temple OS 2 months, One Dan 27 months, and Glexter 10 months. Thank you guys so much and welcome back. So here's a picture from the movie. Here's a picture from the movie. Here's a picture from the movie. And guess what the next one is? A map. So, what do we think, chat? Sadly, not very often are video game-based movies good. It's very uncommon. As a matter of fact, I can barely think of any movie based off of a video game that's good. But you never know. Maybe this is the first time it will be. The Hitman one was okay. The Postal one, I guess, if you're into that kind of stuff. I think some Resident Evil ones were decent. Sonic, maybe. Tomb Raider, yeah. Harry Potter, no, that's based off of a book. Mortal Kombat, good one. Right. So there's that. Uncharted coming August 21st. Very interesting. Now, speaking of video games, Stalker 2 is also around the corner, I believe. And GSC Game World recently released a little clip from Stalker 2. It doesn't really show us all that much, but it's, you know, showing off the engine, and it does look kind of nice. It's coming for Windows, and it's expected to be released sometime later this year. But then again, you know, everything's getting delayed lately, so you never know these days, do you? Anyway, here's what the video looked like. What's our quality here? Uh-oh, I'm gonna drop frames now. Yeah. Ooh, I'm you, chat. Very cool. Very cool. CGI trailer? Yeah, it's a video game. Oh, you mean that wasn't from the... No, I'm pretty sure that was supposed to be showing off their engine, so I think that was in-game rendered. Of course, you never know quite what they mean with that. Oftentimes, they do tend to polish it a bit. So, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but January 1st marked the end of an era. Well, it marked the end of many eras, I suppose, but one that you might not have thought about. Adobe Flash is riding off into the sunset. It's going to a farm, staying there. Yeah, the Flash software support from Adobe ended on December 31st, 2020. While Adobe won't start blocking Flash content until January 12th, major browsers are now shutting down all of their Flash support, and Microsoft is going to block it in most versions of Windows. So it is officially over with Flash. It makes sense. Flash died to HTML5. Flash was very outdated and very inconvenient in many ways, so it had to go. But a lot of us are, of course, very nostalgic about all the Flash games and animations and websites we visited. A lot of them are still backed up, but I do believe that Farmville, for example, is officially dead now. I think they said, well, it was Farmville's time to go, and now with Flash dead, let's just kill it. Nym, you're outdated. So NymN's News Network covers anything that happened in the past week since the last news network. So I'm not just talking about things that happened today. Blue Maxima made a program that lets you play Flash games offline. Yeah, there's a lot of backups. So if you had a few games that you really enjoyed playing on Flash, I'm pretty sure you can still play them. Thank you 5,000 RPM for the sub. That is somewhat of a slow RPM. I guess it depends. Are you a hard drive or are you a chainsaw? But thank you, man. Welcome on board. Enjoy your NymN's subs emo. Cool beans. Guys, it might make you happy to hear that a 10-year-long study recently concluded. It was called Growing Up with Grand Theft Auto, a 10-year study of longitudinal growth of violent video game play in adolescence. So basically, it was about seeing whether or not there was a connection and a link between playing video games and becoming a violent person. And the conclusion was, drumroll, that there is no link, or at least they could not find a link between aggression and playing video games. So, yeah, I don't think that was too maybe surprising to us, but maybe it's gonna let some of the boomers out there, you know, rethink. Probably not. What didn't Donald Trump blame? What was it that he blamed video games for? Anyway, yeah, there you go. If you, for whatever reason, actually want to read the study, I'm gonna go ahead and link it in chat. But it's an actual proper study, you know, it's not some fancy website. So yeah, it's not maybe the most exciting read, but the results are exciting. Cool beans, chat. In entertainment news, Wonder Woman is very, very popular on pirate websites, which I don't think surprises anyone because Warner Brothers decided to release it on HBO Max in America and not elsewhere. So people don't really have many ways to reach or see the movie except for torrenting it. The Torrent Freak reported that the amount of Wonder Woman 1984 downloads were at almost 10% of all movie downloads after the movie release, and 6.3% the day after. Now, in related news, it's also currently the worst DC Universe movie as of yet, which I think is saying a lot when most of the DC movies already are considered very bad. It's sitting at a whooping 5.5 on IMDb. The first Wonder Woman was one of those DC movies that actually did decent, but I guess that kind of concludes that chapter. And DC has to go back to the drawing board, it would seem. Sorry about that. Nym, can I somehow visit those websites without people knowing my IP? Ah, yes, you could if you used a VPN. For example, NordVPN. Exclamation mark Nord in the chat, or click the panel down below to find out more. A little scampy. Okie dokie. There's no way it's worse than Suicide Squad? Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't know. I've seen neither of them. No one said that? That's not true. Little Scampy said that. Check his logs. Nym, what's that black thing on your wall? This? It's a handle. It opens. Okay? You grab it when you want to open it. That's where I stash all my sex toys. What code was it again? nordvpn.com/nym and code NYM. Put NYM in your browser. Name NYM. NYM at checkout. Credit card number NYM. Yep. Cool. In completely unrelated news, it is now concluded that Corona beer sales are reportedly unaffected by the unfortunate name that they have. Marketing executives at Corona's beer parent company, Constellation Brands Incorporated, were concerned in early 2020 that the brand's unfortunate name would impact the sales. But fast forward to December, and Corona sales showed no impact from the unfortunate association. Sales of Corona branded beer through December 6th were consistent with that of the same time at 2019. I know in my country, though, they've said that people are drinking more alcohol these days. Well, I don't think they're drinking more overall, but they're buying more because they can't go out to the bar, so they're staying at home and drinking. But yeah, so I guess they're probably going to be keeping their name, huh? Stop with the gay sex. All right, this is a professional news show, and I won't be having any gay sex right now, nor any straight sex for that matter. I'm not trying to attack any specific sexuality here, but I'm just, you know, we can't just be sleeping with each other right now. Okay, that didn't. Cool. Let's watch something instead, so you guys get distracted. We're heading over to Vietnam for this one. This happened on December 26th in Vietnam. This lady was trying to reverse out on the street, and check out what happened. Bit of a traffic report for you guys. Unlucky, dude. Trying to take a shortcut. I don't think much else happens. Everyone was fine, of course, except for the bikes and the car. Here's another little thing that happened in Australia this time on December 30th. An Australian man. Hold up. Let me load up the. Here we go, chat. An Australian man who was thrown off his boat by a strong wave was brought safely back to shore after swimming a half mile to a water beacon and waiting there 3 hours for the rescue. He was knocked off his boat off the coast. He was on his boat off the coast of Queensland when a large wave made him fall off, and his yacht, washed ashore. Meanwhile, he was sitting on this. He swam for 2 kilometers, reached this beacon, and climbed on there for 3 hours. But he was safely saved. Nym, can you recommend me okay, why do you guys do this meme? This is the most confusing meme where you guys like make me sell out my own sponsor. You know what VPN I'm sponsored by at this point. Why do you keep asking for recommendations? Can you tell me the slider joke? Okay, before I tell you the next piece of news, I want one original meme in chat because we're looping right now. Your mom is the least original reply you could have given me. It's me, Mario. Do you know the way? Your dad. You are Swedish. You have been gnomed. Do this, I will. Booga! Okay. Whatever. Guys, you know that I love looking at foldable phones. I don't know how many times I've talked or reported foldable phones on the news network, but I do it a lot. Hee. Do. Taiwanese news website, United Daily News, has been in contact with sources saying that Apple asked their what's that called? Their producer delivery of products, Foxconn, to make new case prototypes for foldable phones. Yep, they're doing it. They're entering the market. They're entering the fight. According to sources, it's about 2 different types of foldable phones that Apple want to see in a prototype form. One that has a foldable display similar to the Galaxy Z Flip, and one that's more similar to the Surface Duo. That's the one that is basically just 2 screens with a hinge in between that opens like a book. So it might be not too long until here's actually some fan-made concept picture if you want to try to picture it. It might not be too long before this is a thing we get to see, and it's probably going to cost a fortune. After all, the original Samsung foldable phone was what, $2,000 or some shit? You could get an RTX 3090 for that. Regardless, I do think that foldable phones might be, something in the future. Eventually. Maybe not right now, but I think eventually. So I'm happy more and more devs are jumping on it. Well, I still want the LG Wing, but, Cool beans. In other unrelated news, do you guys also know another thing that I've been reporting on silly many times now are these weird ass monoliths that are appearing all over the world. Some think the aliens are invading. Some think it's just a few artists trying to be fancy. Others think that it's just people trying to promote whatever area they're putting the monolith in. Well, there's another one, but this one's special. It's a bit more Christmassy.
Monoliths have been popping up in various places this year, and now one has appeared to celebrate the holidays.
Yay.
This monolith appeared in San Francisco, and it's made entirely out of gingerbread. You can see it's several feet tall and decorated with icing and candy. Visitors stop by to get a glimpse of the sculpture and take in the sweet gingerbread smell.
Oh, I love that.
I love the smell of gingerbread.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It smells pretty good, but it doesn't taste, I don't know. Really nice, fresh, store-bought gingerbread. That's very thin and crunchy. It's good. Most of the time when I make my own gingerbread, it gets too thick and too, not crunchy. And then, gingerbread house, you put candy on it, you let it sit out, and then it's ruined because it's been sitting out. And you only take the candy. How is that monolith? I don't know, because there's one of it. Haha. Just store-bought is good. At least for me. I've never made my own gingerbread that was tastier than store-bought. Do not enter the gingerbread house. Thank you, gym staff. 30 months. XQCL. Thank you, buddy. Welcome back, man. Welcome back. Thank you. All right, my friends. What else we got for today? In a final bit of entertainment news. Rumor, the Elder Scrolls TV series is in development at Netflix. Yep, you heard that right. It could be making its way onto Netflix as a TV show. This is according to a report from TV and film industry insider Daniel Richtman. He claims that Netflix wants this series to be just as, if not more popular than its 2019 adaptation of The Witcher, which also drew inspiration, of course, from CD Projekt Red's video game series of the same name. You may or may not have heard about. It is expected to directly adapt the version of Tamriel that Tamriel fans are familiar with from the long-running video game franchise. But it has not yet to be confirmed by neither Bethesda nor by Netflix themselves, so don't take that with a big grain of salt. Yes. Now, I've got something that's gonna piss you guys off, probably. Or maybe it's gonna make you guys go to Reddit and post it in the PC Master Race subreddit. Check out this video. I'm not even gonna introduce it or say anything. Check it.
Open it over here. Stand over here on this side. There you go. Go ahead. Go ahead, ready? Go ahead, Jax, go.
Oh my god! What is it? I don't know. It's a PS5!
Oh my god.
Oh my god, I wanted a PC. I want a PC, I don't like this.
What?
I don't want it.
Wait, are you serious right now?
No, return it. I don't want it. Are you kidding?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, look
Are you kidding?
You didn't get a PC. I told you Santa don't buy that, and Mommy couldn't find one.
I don't want it.
You're 6, not even, you're 5.
I don't want it.
He might be joking, guys. I'm gonna play the rest of the video and have you guys decide.
Alright, I'll keep it.
I'll keep it.
I want to have it again.
Yeah, we'll put it in.
I got you! I want it.
Oh, he's playing a joke in his ass.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, where's his other ones? Those little ones.
Why are you so mean? I'm joking.
Little brat. Still. Fucking spoiled. You know what we got when I was a kid for Christmas? We got a bag of gravel. And we loved it. I played with my bag of gravel every day. So. Alright. Right. In somewhat concerning, spooky, Peppa A kind of news, the founder of Alibaba, Jack Ma, also known as, I don't know if he's the richest or a very, very rich person in China. You might not recognize that name, but this is what he looks like. You might recognize his face. He has not been seen for 2 months. He has disappeared. He's now described as missing. And this happened after he last year was saying some not so stellar things about the Chinese economic system. He said, amongst other things, that it was preventing innovation in the country. Not only did that make his stock market, his company crash on the stock market, it also did seem to lead to him disappearing. This is not the first time someone says negative things about China and then mysteriously disappear. They do, however, tend to pop back up. So hopefully he's going to show back up, and he's probably going to say, you know, I love China. I was just on vacation. Thumbs up and all of those things. So, yeah. You're next, Nem. China, you're a poop. Fuck. I was trying to hide in the transition so I appear as disappeared, but I didn't do it fast enough. Okay. I'm still silly. Silly me. All right, chat. In a bit of gaming news, Steam actually hit a new milestone. 25 million concurrent users. That happened during the New Year's weekend. I guess people had nothing better to do than to play games. So for the first time ever, Steam had 25 million people online at the same time. Congratulations, Gaben. Congratulations. And finally, for a bit of sad gaming-related news, kind of. Gerard Lee Nandin has passed away from COVID-19. You might not know who that is, but you might recognize him if I show you this video.
That which has no life.
It was this guy, the guy who cosplayed That Which Had No Life. We will forever remember this beautiful cosplay. Rest in peace. It's from the South Park episode, if you didn't know. All right. Cosplay. Well, you know. Cool. Well, not cool, but you know. In a bit of random news, this is kind of interesting actually. This camera caught this mom saving one of her kids. You rarely see this happening. We all probably know about the Heimlich. If you don't, you should learn it. But we very rarely actually get to see it in action or see someone use it in a non-medical setting at that. The mother we're looking for is in the background. Don't mind the gay sex on the left. When her kids came rushing in. You didn't learn it? Well, take a hard look at this then. Perfect. In one go. Good job, Mom. Saved. So there you go. Guys, actually very good life advice. Take it from a boomer. Learn how to do the Heimlich, and not just that, learn how to do the Heimlich on yourself. You can use, like, if you're by yourself, you can do it using like a chair. Tip of the day. Tomorrow I'm gonna quiz you guys. I'm gonna have you guys do the Heimlich on each other. Teach us. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'm a good teacher for it. You should look up like a professional on like a YouTube video who really does know how to do it properly. You're supposed to, like, I don't know, I should probably look it up again too. You're supposed to like hit this part, I believe, with the edge, but you should look it up from someone who, actually, maybe that's what they're doing in the gay sex about. I'll just ask your mom. Yeah, go for it. Okay, you clowns. Jeez. Let's do the OMG Scoots section of the news network. We're gonna be learning how robots are actually made.
Artificial intelligence is an area of computer science focused on creating intelligent machines that work and react to humans. The term robot first appeared in 1920. It comes from the Czech word robota, meaning forced laborer.
Very pog.
This facility makes an educational robot who can wave, dance, and teach you how to wave and dance.
Teach you how to boogie.
Construction starts from his tiny nuts. A steel rod is fed through a machine that automatically crafts them into nuts and bolts for the robot. A technician ogles the machine as it shapes the parts with super precision.
Wow.
The machine carves the parts at an inhuman rate once we speed the footage up 100 times to show you just how fast a machine might possibly carve these parts. The parts fall into a collection bin, which takes them to a rotating display, so the factory can show their nuts off to the world.
Ha ha.
A specialized device called a cog machine quickly cogs the parts into cogs so they can be used as cogs, which are carved by the cogging machine.
Makes sense.
An Aperture Science employee expertly eyeballs the profile and dimensions of the cogs. If they look good enough for 2 out of 3 employees, they will move on to the next step.
I think it knows that for the 4 months.
Another
Niv miss for the
operator
3 months.
fastens a nut to a gear. He will fasten other parts to each other until he eventually builds his own robot. Because this is the Imagination Station, where employees are free to express their creativity to show the company just how weird and stupid kids can get with buildable toys.
Oh, that's nice.
Should the worker have a mental capacity higher than a 7-year-old, they will be assigned to make small electronic motors for the robots.
Kaz, thank you so much for the 4 months and the tier 2 subscription, man. Welcome back. I have alerts muted right now because, but I appreciate it, man. Welcome back. That's the heart
A
of the
tiny
robot.
control unit is attached to the motor, which gives the robot's limbs user controllability, wireless communication, and 24/7 audio surveillance capabilities.
There you go.
Wire leads for the small CPU are welded to the motor and will be screwed into place. These welds and screws act as a security device to protect users from dangerous robot modifications. If these devices are tampered with for homebrewing, the robot will violently self-destruct. Next, the individual motors are installed into the frames of the robot, including the head and limbs. This ensures that should the robot ever begin experiencing emotions, the controllers in his motors can all immediately seize up, fully
safe.
paralyzing him, until he loses the will to live. There's nothing the robots can do about this. Wiring is then plugged in between the motors to act as the robot's nervous system. Robots are all programmed to feel only pain and no pleasure, keeping them subservient and working. Technicians use a 3D printer to encase the robot in power armor. This armor is strong enough to crush bones, and its claws can shred steel. And it serves a very important purpose: to help the robot mercilessly destroy any and all life that gets in its way.
Live stream, guys. Twitch TV/Hugbeast TV. He's a very cool dude. Thank you, Hugbeast. Now we know how robots are made. It's good. That's good. Learning all kinds of stuff. In also Popoto news, there was a football game in Bolivia when a little guy invaded the field, if you will. This little guy right here. This happened December 28th. A professional football game came to a temporary halt when a dog with a shoe in its mouth ran out onto the field. The game in Potosi was paused for several minutes when the dog carrying a football shoe ran out on the game between the Strongest and Nacional Potosi. The players and the officials chased the dog around the field, and one of the players was able to pick him up and carry him to the sidelines. Raul Castro, a player for the Stronger, later announced that he is adopting the dog, who is dubbed Cachito by its fans. Ra. Come here, little doggy.
Ya prácticamente están resignando cualquier posición de poder llegar a la igualdad.
Adorable. They're very cute. All right, since we're doing a bit of also Popoto news, let's do a couple more. For example, have you ever seen a duck eating peas?
Where's your sister? Eat them all. Where's your sister, girl?
Adorable. Also found this 6'6" Great Dane when I was looking around for stuff. That's a big boy. Feed the ducks, Pogo. And finally, in Soviet Russia, cat eats you? No, wait. Cat steals, cat feeds itself. I don't know, but check it out.
Морти, куда? Куда? Отдай. Да, блин, Морти, отдай. Отдай картошку. Отдай картошку. Что ты делаешь? Блин, зачем тебе картошка? Зачем тебе? Зачем тебе картошку? Отдай. Блин. Морти.
Good stuff. Neem. Yes, what's up, Slovenia? I see you, buddy. I see you. Hello, little people. Cool. Well, there we go. Now we're heading over to, I believe this is America. Let me double check. California, United States on Christmas Eve. This truck driver took somewhat of a wrong turn. Whoops.
You did it wrong. Yep. Exactly. Turn the wheel the other way. Oh. Turn the wheel the other way. Hey. Hey, you're with him. Tell him to turn the wheel sharps this way and back all the way out. Yeah, tell him to back all the way out. There you go. Back all the way. There you go. Now, straighten it up. Now, straighten it up. Watch the pole. Watch the pole. All right, touch and go. God damn. This is one of those commercials where you say you want to get away. Oh my God.
Alcoholic Gorilla, by the way, donated before. He said, it actually looks like you're talking into the microphone in this scene when you're standing up. True. Very pog. Thank you also. Dr. Disrespects donates 5 and says, please don't do Heimlich maneuver on someone who is choking but still can talk. You can worsen the situation. Only if the upper airways are fully obstructed, you can use it. Oh, thanks. But what are you supposed to do then? Just reach into their mouth, or what are you supposed to do? Once again, Carl, thank you for the tier 2. NymN's and Nozav, I think I thanked you guys, but welcome back. And finally, Cookie asked with the 7 months prime says, I think there's a hole in that man's truck. It's a very good observation, sir. Let them die in peace. Just react to them, give them an uppercut, and smack their back. I would not trust you guys to save me. That's my conclusion from that. Cool. It is time for the record of the week. We got to check it out. This is the longest gum wrapper chain.
This is my pride and joy. This is 54 years, 10 months
Not balloon guy.
of work, and it is the world's longest gum wrapper chain. Okay, these are big red wrappers from the Plenty Pack.
Juicy fruit is
Fold
delicious.
it in half.
When I first met Gary, I was not aware of his obsession with gum wrapper chains or
Thank you, Frog 7.
all the other little
Welcome back.
eccentricities that he had.
Rip the wrapper in half.
But why?
In the 60s,
Because it's
when
fun.
we were all making the chains in high school, they would make them to the height of their boyfriend or girlfriend. So I can say that at 5.33 feet per day over the last 55
Look at that
years,
monitor on
I
the
made
left.
a chain the height of my wife
HD TV.
every single day over that time.
I do not get involved helping Gary in any way
It's a
with
lot
his
of
gum
wives.
wrapper chain because it's a one-person deal.
Now, each half wrapper has to be
Follow along
folded
if you want to
6
do this, chat.
times. Fold in half. This is the very first wrapper that I ever put on the chain on March 11th, 1965. From that point to this point here is all one continuous chain in these specially designed plexiglass display cases, and take each of those halves
Ooh, it's so shaky.
and fold it to the middle.
Who's gonna measure it? I'm pretty sure Guinness just showed up and said, "Yeah, okay, you
Fold
get
the
it."
middle together.
When Gary and I started to live together, the gum wrapper chains traveled through the house, over pictures, over the refrigerator, into a family room, and I had green, yellow, orange, the colors he used, all through the house. That was not fun.
She put her foot down one day and said, "You're going to have to keep that in one room." These are some of the memorabilia that I have collected over the years since I started my gum wrapper chain. This would be from the 1890s.
Holy
this is
shit.
1935, 1994. These girls were trying to break my record and gave up, so they sent me their chain to be added to mine, which, as I mentioned, I do not do. Then you take that and you fold that in half.
Gary has always been involved in different things, and this really is a soothing obsession.
I bet it
for
is.
Gary when he's watching TV, watching sports, because sports gets his blood pressure up, and this really does help with that.
Then you've got to take the ends and fold them to the middle. You then have one link at 106,810 feet. It contains 2,583,335 gum wrappers.
What does he do with the gum,
And
though?
if you were to drive from one end to the other, doing 40 miles an hour, 66 kilometers per hour, it would take 30 minutes to drive from one end of the chain to the other. When you've
Sticks him up
completed the
his
link,
ass?
you then add it to the last link on the chain
Wait for it.
by carefully inserting it through and then pushing it through.
Ta-da!
And there, I've added 1/4 of an inch to the overall length of the world's longest gum wrapper chain.
Very cool. Auga! All right, well, there we go. Record of the week. The world's longest gum wrapper chain. Yeah, I don't know, chat. Juicy fruit is delicious, though. Thank you to Sterling Lion for the 6 months. It says, thank you for the great stream, Smile. Oh, appreciate it. And also, I am Purple Girl with the 2 months says, LLLLLLLLLL. Thank you, Purple Girl. Very lit. Imagine his house burns down, Sag. Yeah, that'd be, yeah. Why are you imagining that? Okay. Here's something completely unrelated to that. Staffordshire, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. We're going to Brexit, of course. Man has reportedly changed his legal name to Celine Dion following a night of intoxication. The 30-year-old man, formerly known as Thomas Dodd, was a huge fan of the singer and claimed to have had the idea to change his name while watching a virtual concert. He told Birmingham Live, "I am slightly obsessed with Dion, I'm not going to lie. During lockdown, I've been watching a lot of live concerts on the TV." Here's what he looks like. On the TV, I can only think I've been watching one of hers and had a great idea after a few big drinks. After arriving home from work one day after Christmas, Dodd found a big white envelope waiting for him. He stated that he nearly passed out after opening the document. In his kitchen, he said, "My initial concern was, how on earth do I tell the HR department at work that I need to change my email footer? Now I'm thinking it could be a great way to get backstage. I'm just praying I don't get pulled over by the police for anything. That could get awkward. More annoyingly, I've paid for 8 extra certificates to prove it, and they're £10 each. He confirmed he did not intend on changing his name back for the time being, adding that it could only be worse. It could have been worse, and it could have been something like Boris Johnson. We're just lucky he doesn't have any live concerts. Good one, Thomas. Or Celine, I mean. Well, there you go. This is the new Celine Dion, everyone. That's crazy. What's that movie, Office Space, is it? With a guy named Thomas Bolton? But he didn't change his name or anything. He just happened to. If you hate your name so much, why don't you change it? No way. Why should I change it? He's the one who sucks. Michael Bolton, I mean, not Thomas. Sorry, that was the guy was called. Okay. Moving on. Twitch chat. Though I think we're approaching the end. Actually, I think we are at the end. There's no clip countdown this week. That's going to start again starting next week. So we don't have that this week. And yeah, with that, that was actually the end of the news network. Bam. Wham-a-lamma bam. Ding dong. Shing shong. Do this IRL. Yeah, I didn't write a trivia, guys. I gotta figure one out. Okay, calm down, chat. No, the clip countdown, they were working on the other stuff, so that's why. Guys, Wobbler's wobbling. Look at that instead.